Hello everybody, Prepper003 here today, and today I want to talk to you guys about a get home bag. Now, there's a lot of stuff that you can do, there's a lot of packs out there that you can get, but right now I wanted to try to keep it a little bit towards a budget line here, and right now I got the Molle II Old U.S. Army Assault Pack, and right now you can get these for about $40 to $50, even downwards into the $30, depending on where you find it. If you see it online, it might be a little bit more than you do at a Army surplus store, but the Molle II system is really nice. You can adjust the straps if you have a smaller back. You can adjust your length on here to get it a little bit higher. You can adjust the length up here as well. The padding on the straps here is actually pretty durable, but not too thick to where it's getting in the way or it's digging into your neck or anything like that. It does have your adjustable strap retainment system here if you're clipping on your chest to help keep it a little bit tighter, to help it keep the weight a little bit more central onto your shoulders, just depending on what you put in it. It's kind of hard to fill these up with a lot of weight, but you can do it if you really want to. But just to kind of touch on some of the things, you do have Molle's paneling here and here. And right now, the one thing that I do know that a lot of people do, well, that I'll kind of touch on the Molle a little bit, just quickly, but not too heavily. I know a lot of people don't like it because Molle comes across as tactical and everything, and in an SHTF scenario, a lot of people are going to want to be more gray man orientated than you are going to want to be in a tactical sense, or be out there in full tactical kit. And right now, that's not what this is. The reason I like the paneling is because you can add a lot of stuff to it. Like I have a small example right here. I have a pouch right here for radio that I could easily fit right here if I wanted to web that up. If you think that there might be, and you can configure this before you go on your trip, which is why I like it. If you needed to have extra magazines, depending on what type of situation that they're in, you can add a magazine pouch here and a magazine pouch on this side. That way you have 4 magazines ready right there for your truck gun. And also, if not that, you can have yourself a medical kit the same way. That way your medical kit is nice, ready, and accessible for you in that type of situation. So that's just one thing that I like with the Molle, is that you have options for what you need to do and what you can do with it. Now, then again, if you do have Molle, you don't have to put everything but the kitchen sink on it as well. Just a quid pro quo type of thing. Now I'm going to go on to the interior of the pack a little bit. Now, you do have 2 main pouches here. You have the pouch up front here and the main pouch in back. And you do have a really nice, good, solid retainment strap right here that you can get. Well, not retainment strap, but pretty good out there that you can get to. Now, I'm going to go with what I have really accessible right here on the main pack. Just going to set these a little bit out of the way here. I have a nice good pair of gloves. Can never have enough gloves. I have a bandana here, just help filtrate, help cover my face, whatever you have you. Some beef jerky. Can't go wrong with beef jerky. I have a couple of chem lights, just because chem lights do come in handy for a lot of different things. If you have any questions on why I have anything, I'm going to try to keep the video really short for you guys. Just feel free to comment down below and I'll answer your questions there. Just because this can get really long, I don't want to drain the video on for you guys. So I'm just kind of giving you just an idea of what I carry in the pack. Then I have a good pair of iPro. Can never have enough good iPro. A emergency blanket. Rain poncho that I try to keep sealed up in there. Good multi-tool. And a more heavy-duty military flashlight there. Some small amount of electrical tape. And 550 cord. And I have a small survival tin here with all types of things that I would need for fire starting. I have flint and steel, matches, lighters, some hand warmers in there. And then a spare Glock magazine for my everyday carry, Glock 17. And a small light here for mounting to a hat, just because I normally carry hats, and if I need to, I can quickly mount that up to my hat. So that's what I carry right here in the main pack. I'm just going to quickly throw it back all in there so that I can get that taken care of and get the other stuff out of here. And just the amount of space you have in the main pack here is a lot, and you can fit, like I just pulled out, a lot of stuff in there with ease. And just to go on to the overall reason that you have a Get Home pack, your Get Home pack is really supposed to last only about 24 hours, really. You're not supposed to have it to be some type of pack you're going to be living off of for weeks now, but you want to be semi-trained in what you have in your pack to where if you need to, you can survive a couple of days with what you have in your pack. So just as a little bit of advice, try to get some stuff that you can to add in there that will allow you to maintain yourself for a long period of time, even though it might not be the most comfortable. So what I'm going to go on into the main pack here is I have a schmog, scarf, whatever you want to call it, a good amount of water here, and the reason I like getting the metal container here is because if I need to, I can put this over a fire and boil the water inside of it, or I can, if I need to, the ice can accumulate in this, and I can crack the ice with some of the tools I have in the pouch right here. Because I have left this out in Wisconsin weather where it was pretty much -10 for a full week, and I was able to, the ice only accumulated up to about that thick. Just took a small little punch, punched right through it, and the water is actually pretty tasty. Then I have a small first aid kit. Now this is pretty much a smaller supplement of what this is. It's nowhere near a trauma kit. It's pretty much for small scrapes and bruises, small burns, small things like that, and what have you. It's nothing that's going to be too substantial, but can treat some of your small minor stuff. Then I have one MRE here. I have a Sawyer water filtration system here, just because if in case I run out of water here, it's nice to be able to filtrate on the go. And I do have the pouch right here for filling that up with a little bit of water too if I need to. And the last thing that I carry in here is I have a jumpsuit, and this one right here is just in case there's some reason why my clothes get wet or I need an extra layer of clothing for whatever reason, just because in Wisconsin you never know how many layers you might need. I have this to throw on over my normal clothes, or if I need to blend into the woodland a little bit, I can throw this on and blend in a little bit more easily. Now, one other thing that I do carry in the back here is a laminated map of my state. That way it helps me navigate the roads in case I get lost or in some type of situation where vehicles, the grid down situation, similar to like to an EMP, and I need to get home, but I'm a couple hundred miles away from home throughout the state, so I need to be able to get back to my AO. So that's one thing that I do recommend carrying is some type of laminated map, or if you can't really have to, a paper map. I would suggest a laminated one just because depending on your type of weather situation, you may not be able to keep that map in most pristine conditions. So laminated map is definitely recommended to me. Right now, almost all of this stuff I was able to purchase at Walmart, and I just tried, like I was trying to keep it a little bit under budget here. But I could have gone the whole 9 yards and spent thousands of dollars on just what the interiors of the pack here, especially when it comes to just first aid supplies alone. But overall, I've been keeping this in my vehicle for about a month now. I haven't had any issues with it. I've actually popped my water off at work and drunk that, and then refilled it up with tap water there. But I would definitely recommend having a good amount of water versus food, because you can only survive so long without water versus food. So depending on what you want to carry, but I say just have a good amount of supplies of water. I want to say this one right here, I forgot what it was for the overall capacity, but I want to say it might be a liter or two. I could be wrong, but that's one thing that I would say is just have a good amount of supplies of water. That's what I have right here in this pack here. And I definitely can say that the Molle II pack has been doing me very well. I like the modularity of it, and I like what you can do with it in a pinch. But if you want to, and you want to be a little bit more profile, I'm going to be putting on a more of a gray man get home pack, something very similar to this, but not as ornately tactical, if you will. It doesn't have Molle straps or anything like that. I'll be uploading that in a couple of weeks. Once I get more experience with it, I've been using that more regularly for my get home bag, just to see how I like it, how easy it is for transport and everything else. But I can definitely recommend, if you guys are wanting to use the Molle II pack as a get home bag, that it will work just well for you. I've carried it over 1.5 miles on a small hike. I've carried it around town here. Didn't get any weird looks or anything like that, just because we're a hunting community. It's a small town. You get a lot of people carrying packs, especially around the winter season, and especially when they're on snowmobiling trails. So I know 1.5 miles isn't really too much. I've carried that on a regular basis. But once a week I'm going to try to go on a small 2-mile run, depending on what the weather's like. In the winter it's kind of hard with all the ice and accumulation, but the pack that doesn't really dig into your shoulders too much. It doesn't really get into your neck or anything like that. The weight distribution, especially with the plastic backing in there, is really nice. And one thing that I wanted to say that I keep on the outside is I do have a compass, whistle, and thermometer combo here with a small magnifier here. But that's just something I keep just right there, easy accessible, that I can easily get to if I need to for further a little bit for navigation. But yeah, that I can definitely recommend the Molle II pack for your basic get home bag needs. Now, like I said, I will just touch on it just a hair again. It is only for pretty much a basis of 24 hours, 48 hours giving you, but just have it to where your pack can sustain you for a long period of time, to extend it out to a week at most. But if you have the training and everything that you can, because you don't need to fill it up with everything at the kitchen sink, but having a little bit of comfort things like the rain poncho and the survival blanket will just add a little bit of extra morality to help keep you going. So thanks for watching. I have a great day. I just wanted to say again, if you guys are looking for a really good med tray, SOE makes some really good med trays too, just as a quick product insert there. Just something I recently picked up, and it's been treating me really well. So thanks, have a great day. If you have any questions, like I said, about why I carry certain things and why I don't carry it, just put that in the comment below. I just wanted to keep it a little bit short than having it spread out to 20 minutes, 25 minutes long by going into each product and why I carry it and why I don't carry other products. So thanks. I really appreciate it.